Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Now, this is my Gmail account. Shout out to Rock Nation. They've been doing a good job with me, at least, in terms of keeping me updated with press releases, and they sent me this one today. It was a press release stating the Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Moises Flores fight is added to the Kovalev versus Ward rematch pay-per-view card. And I think this is good news. I made a video about it actually, and I guess it wasn't official, but you know how the Ego rumor mill goes. Let's see if I can see how this Ego rumor mill's been working. We working, man. Everybody's working hard. Yeah, so 2 weeks ago I told y'all, Ego rumor mill style. Ward Kovalev 2, Guillermo El Chico Rigondeaux added versus mandatory. So another successful Ego rumor mill. Now, let's talk about what Rigondeaux had to say. Rigondeaux, he actually is happy, and he posted this on his page. June 17th, tickets, link in his profile, and I'm sure he's happy. And he posted this. This is his caption. Team Rock Nation. Very proud to be fighting on the same card as my friend, my idol, and my #1 pound for pound, Andre SOG Ward. This is a responsibility I won't take lightly. On June 17th, hashtag Rigo Flores at the Mandalay Bay of Las Vegas, courtesy of HBO Boxing and Rock Nation. Links for the tickets is in my bio. Great stuff. He's confirming it. And I told y'all didn't want to listen to me. It's, oh, you don't know what you're talking. I told you in January, I remember. Because it was the first month, new year. You know, people come with these New Year's resolutions. New year, new me. Right? I told you. I said 2017 wasn't going to be a good year for a lot of y'all. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. And yeah, I didn't want to listen. And now look at it. Channels are suffering. Articles are suffering because they didn't want to tell the truth. And you see it constantly. 2017 has been a great year. I haven't had many complaints in the world of boxing. There's a little hiccups and fights that got canceled, Cotto Kirkland and things here and there, but nothing too major, right? Sullivan Barrera versus Beterbiev, that fight was supposed to be done and then it didn't. So there's a couple hiccups, like stuff like that, but definitely not enough to overshadow Canelo Chavez Jr. or fights with Ward Kovalev rematch, a rematch that needed to happen. Berto Porter this week. Errol Spence challenging for Kell Brook's IBF belt. Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. I mean, there's a lot of greatness, right? And it's funny to me. People say whatever. You can say Kovalev won, Ward won. None of that matters. Tell the truth. You got to be realistic when you call this boxing stuff. And I said this point before, and I'll say it again. You notice the quality, skilled fighters, and a lot of times they get blackballed, or even if they're Americans hate them, like Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford. But notice it. These skilled fighters, Rigondeaux's telling you, I'm very proud to be fighting on the same card as my friend, my idol, and my #1 pound for pound, Andre Ward. He's putting him there. And we know Rigondeaux is skilled. So for a skilled southpaw, who some believe is a pound for pound person himself, you got to look at what he did to Donaire. Donaire hadn't lost since early in his pro career, 11-year run. And Rigondeaux in 13 fights, I think it was, 12, 13 fights, he disassembled and dismantled Donaire. And people, oh, that was years ago. Yeah, but people don't want to fight this man currently, right? People have left their division to avoid him. So you can say, oh, the Donaire fight, that was Rigondeaux, his best win, and it was years ago. But name a person like Donaire who stepped up and said, hey, I want that wreck with Rigondeaux right now. Sign me up. Did Scott Quigg do it? Did Carl Frampton do it? Did Leo Santa Cruz do it? Did Abner Mares do it? You know what I mean? I just named 4 people. So it's no mystery to me that skill for skill, skills pay the bills, and real recognizes real. You see the two people pictured, and he's saying, this is my number. Andre Ward is my number one. But he's not saying Kovalev was robbed and all the stuff you say, and Kovalev's the real pound for pound. He's not saying Lomachenko. He's not saying Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. He's saying Andre Ward. And Terrence Crawford, another highly skilled fighter, ambidextrous, another undefeated fighter with a known skill set. He said the same thing. He said, I put myself number 2. Andre Ward is the man. So it's just funny to me because you see a faceless comment, someone with no picture for their username, right? AKA a troll, and they have so much to say about every fighter. This person sucks, this person's trash, this and that. Ward doesn't deserve pound for pound. But his peers, people who actually fight, they're anointing him, and a lot of them are skilled people like Rigondeaux, Terrence Crawford, skill for skill in their divisions. Who's messing with them, right? So, like I said before, these are both highly skilled fighters, and it's good to see that fighters are showing that kind of camaraderie. Andre Ward did his top 5 pound for pound list on Libra on ESPN. And he put Rigondeaux up there. He said he doesn't get the credit. And Rigondeaux kind of responds and pays back the favor like, man, you that dude. You the number 1 dude. But no matter where you place them, you got to place both of these guys because they're great fighters. And that's what it is. But as far as Rigondeaux, he's going in there with a style that I think will be the best fit to get maximum exposure. Here he is right now. Y'all like when I do that Rigondeaux noise? It sound like an old Kanye West beat when he was first coming up. College dropout. But yeah, man, Rigondeaux's a beast, man. Real sniper. And I really think his opponent, Checky Flores, he's the type of opponent that's gonna make Rigondeaux work. And he seems like the type that'll go out on his shield, which will be a good thing because that will bring the best Rigondeaux. He's going to try to gun for a knockdown. He has some pop, and active fighters are always going to make Rigondeaux look the best or potentially knock him down or possibly beat him. I mean, I don't really see many people messing with Rigondeaux in his division, but that's just me. But I'm glad that he's getting some exposure. Since he's signed with Rock Nation, he's had more fights than when he was with Top Rank. And it's just a crying shame how new media, it's a crying shame how HBO, Top Rank, how they treated us, man. Like, it's cool for Top Rank to promote Michael Connellan, an Olympian, who you can argue he was robbed, but he didn't get a gold medal. Rigondeaux got 2, right? Top Rank goes above and beyond to promote Zhao Shiming, who he's a gold medalist too, but I watched the dude and I'm like, I understand he has a big market in China or whatever, but he seemed basuda to me. He never seemed the goods. And then you got Rigondeaux, and HBO wants to throw up when I even mention Rigondeaux. Like, why are you gonna do this man like that? You know what I mean? So I'm glad Rock Nation is at least doing something with him and keeping him on major cards that they have, and they were gonna put him on Cotto Kirkland. So that got scrapped. Now they're putting him on this. Rigondeaux's too talented. He's not getting any younger, and he deserves supreme credit. I mean, he's a good fighter. But like I said, tell the truth. A lot of y'all that hate Cuban fighters, black fighters, Afro-Cubans, or whatever, it's not looking good for you. Like I said, look at those channels, look at those writers, look what people are saying. You know what I mean? It's about time. You got to be real. You got to tell the truth in this game. And I'm not saying names. I don't have to do any of that. You guys know. Like I said, people, oh, you're so biased, ego. But people are tuning in. If I'm so biased and racist, why are people tuning in? It's because I tell the truth. Tell the truth. So good to see Rigondeaux back. Again, I think his opponent is not a pushover, and at least it's a guy who wants to fight him. Everything I've seen from Moises, he was on PBC a couple of times. He seems like he's from the same location as Canelo, Guadalajara. So I think he's going to come with the proper mentality. Now, can he execute? Can he defeat Rigondeaux? I don't know. But at least he wants to fight, and he seems like he has the mentality where he's not going to necessarily shell up and go out like a punk and just like cover up and make for a quote-unquote boring Rigondeaux fight. And I'm telling you guys, all these fights that are so boring, put Rigondeaux, people, it's funny to me how like the old media does versus like the new media. People always say, oh, Brandon Rios versus Mike Alvarado. That was a war. You know why it was a war? Because skill-wise, they're on the same level and they do about the same thing. You know what I mean? And they're both tough as nails, come forward fighters, lack defense, and that's why it is a war. You know what I mean? But what happened when you put Juan Manuel Marquez in there with Mike Alvarado? He got dominated. He had one knockdown, but Marquez knocked him down at like 40 years old and dominated him every other round, right? What happened when you put Brandon Rios in there with Pacquiao? He got dominated, and he should have been counted for a knockdown, but the ref said it was a slip. So that's what happens when you put Ward and Kovalev, two skilled guys, then you know what I mean? It's going to be a close fight. Garcia Thurman, relatively close, you know what I mean? To some people, I thought Thurman did enough to win, but it wasn't like Thurman just went out there and knocked him out like Jesus Soto Caras. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? If you want Rigondeaux to be quote-unquote less boring, put somebody in there. People, Orlando Salido, Francisco Vargas, that's my 2016 fight of the year. That's because they do similar things. Once again, lack defense, come forward aggression. Put someone like that who's going to not back up and put him in there with Rigondeaux, his weight class, and you'll see them get chopped up, period. Let me know what you guys think. Good to see Rigondeaux back, and he's going to be on a major card. Shout out to Rock Nation for keeping me informed. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.